Now, Prince Harry is planning a lads' holiday with his closest mates, all to celebrate his 40th birthday, while his wife Meghan stays at home.
It's an outrage. He shouldn't just go off on a jolly, leaving his wife and young children at home.
Men are allowed to have a birthday jolly if they want.
No, they're not. No, they're not. 40th, where's he going to go? Las Vegas?
Well, the Duke of Sussex will jet off after a private gathering with his family at the Sussex's Montecito mansion.
OK, so he's going to have a little gathering and then he's going to go off for the party. Well, this comes as sources close to the Prince report he is feeling more and more isolated living in California, despite ruling out a return to the UK.
Is this a sign that Harry really is missing his old life?
Could it be?
Well, we're joined now by former royal correspondent Charles Ray. Charles, this is fascinating because I think the whole country kind of misses Playboy Harry.
Oh, we've lost Playboy Harry many moons ago, and I've got no problem with him going off on a Jolly Lads outing. That's what he wants to do to mark his 40th birthday. Then it's up to him, and you wouldn't expect him to bring his wife along. He's having a private celebration with her and the children. Let's just hope that Harry does not end up doing what he did in 2012, playing naked billiards with scantily clad women and allowing them to take pictures of him, which ended up in the newspapers. If you can do that...
So that was the problem, really?
Sorry?
I think it was the second half of that sentence, the fact that pictures were taken, that was the problem. I mean...
Well, the pictures were taken by the girls. They weren't taken by paparazzi. It wasn't... You can't blame us for it.
No.
You can't trust a naked woman with Billy Odds anymore.
And sold them. He's got to be careful. I mean, he's a married man now. He's got 2 children, and you know, if he's got an ounce of brain in his body, he won't get up to anything that could cause him any problems with his wife. She won't be taking prisoners if he does. I
mean, I wouldn't mind, you know, a walking holiday or, you know, a golfing trip with the lads. But if this is Magaluf, Las Vegas, I don't know where else is wild, Monte Carlo, then maybe I'd have a few conversations if I were Meghan.
Well, Emily, as you are a newly married woman, I'm not surprised you might be a bit more careful at the moment. But, I mean, they've been married for a few more years now. And as I say, as long as he doesn't do anything stupid, which has been his wont at times, he'll be okay. And it's nice for you to get away with the lads. I mean, women get away together, you know, for spas and whatever else. So there's nothing wrong with Harry going away with a few mates and having a chat and tune things over and everything else. He's got a lot on his mind at the moment.
Of course, a lot of people are reading quite a lot into this. Are you a subscriber to the theory that actually he is feeling a bit isolated in California, that he is missing home a little bit, that there's something about that Californian life of being in many ways as straitjacketed as a royal is expected to be in the UK, but in a different sort of way, in a social way?
I'm more of a subscriber, Tom, that he's made his bed and he's got to lie in it. That's the point. I mean, I'm not too sure with all these stories that say he wants to come back to Britain. There's never been a mention of Meghan coming back to Britain. As I've told you before, I do not believe that Meghan will ever set foot in this country again for a lengthy period of time. I think, you know, Harry has just made his decision. I have no doubt that there are some people who would like to see, like the Spencers, who would like to see Harry, have a good relationship with his own family again. I'm convinced that's possibly true. But whether he's feeling that lost, I'm not entirely convinced that that's viable. As I say, he's decided what he wants to do, and he's now stuck with it. Unless he prepared to come back and say, look, Dad, William, I'm really sorry for everything that I've done. And even then, that's a big push, because you've still got to convince Meghan that's the right course to do.
Yeah, your old paper, The Sun, has done a little a list of potential mates that could be coming along. You've got Nacho Figueras, the very handsome polo player, close friend. Who else could be on the guest list? Tom Skippy Inskip. He could be going. He looks very high society. Charles van Straubentsee. I don't know much about him, but
And well, the Van Stromses are quite close friends to both, William and Harry. And you've got Guy Pelly, of course, who was, Harry has been close to him for some time. But who knows who's going to turn up, and who knows where it's going to be? Are they going to Ayia Napa, or are they going to Las Vegas? I mean,
I think Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
On Martha's Vineyard.
I don't disagree with you, but I mean, I suspect it won't be as raucous as 2012. Let's hope Harry is not as raucous as 2012.
I should just do a nice little walk through Yosemite National Park.
Oh, lovely. With maybe a little wine tasting at the end.
Oh,
Charles Ray.
Tom, you're wishing your life away.
Thanks, Charles Ray, former royal correspondent at The Sun. Thank you.
Hey. Well, joining me now to discuss this is the royal broadcaster, Helena Chard. Helena, absolute pleasure, as always, to have you on the show. Now, I refer back to 2012 when Prince Harry went to Las Vegas. He got his kit off. He jumped in the pool. He was never more popular. That's the Harry that we miss. That's the Harry we want back. This can only be a good thing. What goes on tour stays on tour.
I love that. Yes, absolutely. But we do hear he is a different guy. Everybody wants to see him laughing. Everyone wants to see the cheeky, chappy Prince Harry. But we have been updated, I think, that he's very much into his mindfulness and yoga and his clean way of living. I know. He's got his birthday this Sunday on the 15th. He's going to have a private little gathering, obviously, with his wife and children at his Montecito mansion. But it's the getaway with his closest mates that we're quite interested in. I would love to think that this is really authentic and it is going to be a great time for him and his mates, and he's going to let his hair down, as you can imagine, and have a few drinks and have a good time. I don't know. A part of me just thinks it's so ideal, isn't it, from a PR point of view, again, that he is going away with his mates. We obviously, when he comes to the UK, Meghan's not with him, and everyone talks about how they're almost not together in that, stance. Meghan's not supporting him. She should be travelling with him to the UK. Now seeing him traveling, spending some time with mates, it sort of almost normalizes this situation where he goes away on his own. Who's going to be there? I don't know. I would like to think it's everybody he knows, but there's his aides, his old former friends that he's apparently in touch with. We've been updated that he's trying to get back into royal life. Sort of. I believe, actually, he's been obsessing about his public image and he wants to change that around. There's so much that's here that we could talk about. I just hope that he's going to have fun in the mountains.
The fact of the matter is, back in the good old days, when Harry was a bit more of a rapscallion, shall we say, a bit more of a rogue. This guy used to be in the army. He used to read Loaded magazine, and a magazine that I used to edit. We have photographs of Harry with his muscular torso reading Loaded magazine in the desert outside the army barracks. And then he came out of the army and he was famed for his service. He was loved by the nation. He went to Las Vegas being very, very ordinary, having a pool party, surrounded by hot chicks. The fellas wanted to be him. The women wanted to be with him. That's the Harry we miss. So I was quite depressed there when he said he's going to get into yoga and mindfulness when he goes on this trip. Why can't he just go and have let his hair down? He hasn't got much hair left. Let it down when he's still got it.
He's going to take a skinny dip, I'm sure, with all the guys, whoever's going to be there. Guy Pelly, maybe. I don't know. Maybe Nacho. I don't know, Figueres, although he's friends with him, I think, locally. But yeah, I mean, remembering his 21st birthday, where he actually said some wonderful things about his brother, his 30th birthday at Clarence House, where he had all his family around him. I mean, imagine, it was a really wonderful bash. Everyone was there loving him. It was a great situation. I mean, this is his 40th. This is a milestone birthday. I'm sure he is going to be thinking about his family and thinking about what he's achieved. it really is a time for him to think about things. But obviously, there's going to be no wolf at the door for him. He's getting his windfall of money from the late Queen Mother, despite being a multimillionaire. So, I mean, he's sort of made now for a little while, I guess. Let's see what happens. But I do feel that it's definitely about the PR. It's definitely about the PR. And obviously, as we know, there is an inadequacy that he feels that he wants to live up to Prince William. We know all about that. And I think he's trying to get himself back into the public's good books. Absolutely.
Now, Helena, let me interject. It's worth pointing out at this point that there has been a leak from a WhatsApp group, apparently, of Harry and his male friends, and one of them claimed that Harry is an angry boy now. Things haven't turned out quite how he anticipated. So there is this constant rumour that he's kind of wafting around the Hollywood mansion, bit of a henpecked house husband. Spare is the word that you would probably use, a spare what's it at a wedding. He seems like he hasn't really got much of a purpose. Could this be basically him trying to get back to basics, trying to be normal again? And more to the point, if he's always living under the shadow of Meghan, this is him trying to cast that to one side and be himself. Maybe that's what we need. We need to see the real Harry, not the downtrodden, henpecked Harry.
Well, yes, absolutely. I mean, obviously we've got Spare, the paperback, coming out as well in October. I mean, the public backlash he's getting here, which is quite understandable, is huge. I mean, his ratings used to be so high. I don't know what the percentage is at the moment, but it's not good at all. And that will be really eating away at Prince Harry, who has looked at every article that's been written about him since being young and obsesses about how people view him. This will be eating away. It's completely affected his reputation. And obviously the people that are going to be there in the Montecito, I don't know where it is, the lakes or the peaks, or where he's doing skinny dipping in the cold springs. He's going to want to try and, get some info. How can I change my public image around? Help me. Yeah. This is a cry for help, I see.
Certainly is. Helena Child, we have to leave it there. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. So there we go, skinny dipping in the Beverly Hills. That's what he used to do in Las Vegas.